Greetings everyone, and Great here with another HRS 2 Definitive Edition replay. Spawn on the top left side, or just the left side, is the red Burgundians with Abejorro, I think. And spawn on the right side is the blue Spanish. We have a foreign name with a question mark. Let's see now. Burgundians versus Spanish. Burgundians, they are a cavalry civilization. Economic upgrades are available 1H early, which actually can be very useful on an arena map such as this. Stable technologies cost 50% less. Cavalry upgrades available in Castle Age, that could be very useful. And gunpowder units attack 25%. It's plus 25% attack. Not faster, just attack. Sorry, going a little bit brain dead there. The other upgrades, of course, is the Cordelier and Alpha Strike Cavalry, and the Flemish Militia is all in part of Arlen strategy. Unique text, Burgundian vineyards does allow your farms to generate additional gold, very useful in an arena map. And the Flemish Revolution upgrades all your villagers to Flemish Militia. You could potentially do that, but make sure you have a large number of town centers in the back end so you can continue replacing your militia or your villagers immediately. And team bonus relics generate both food, gold and food, making them very valuable. Of course, the Spanish are pretty much a fan favorite. They are a gunpowder and monk civilization. Goes work 30% faster. Blacksmith upgrades don't cost gold. Very handy in this map. Cannon galleons benefit ballistics, not very important. Gunpowder units fire 18% faster. Receive plus 20 gold for each technology research. Unique units, the Conquistador, Mountain Hand Cannoneer, and the Missionary is something you do with your wife. Unique text is the Inquisition. Monks convert fast and plus 1 range. The Supremacy. Villagers are stronger in combat. Trade units not important in this map. Excuse me. Got the early blacksmith here. Over here. We also have a barracks and stable here, maybe for some scout play. He has some scouts early on, could be useful in order to help try to secure up these relics. And since it's arena map there, we do have castle being researched by blue. Got castle age now for both players. We do have the early monastery. Now it's going to be up for a relic war. We also got our fast castle for the Spanish player. Has got those 2 scouts there. One skirmisher still, or spear remains. One went down there, and now he's gonna get some early conquistadors. He will need to get out some scouts, or should I say light cavalry, in order to help deal with these monks. Scouts are faster than light cavalry. Blah, can't speak. Red's monk trying to claim that relic. I still cannot speak, can I? Does gun those down, the monk can drop the relic in order to convert the Conquistador. Conquistador's vision is large enough to spot that monk there. Getting this conversion off, does receive a shot there. Does take the monk in time. Now focus down these skirmishers. He's going straight for Conquistadors right now. Red, let's see. We got 2 monasteries here. Red is eyeing for a large number of monks. Against Spanish, you know you're going to be fighting against a lot of conquistadors. Maybe a good idea to go for some skirmishers. We have a second town center deployed up by red. Blue appears not have gotten a second town center just yet. Going for some extra monks there. Group conversions may be needed against these conquistadors. We got a good number of conquistadors there. Monks do have a range of 9. Red does gun down. Oh, loses 2. All those monks there. Blue may be able to capture every single relic. He, however, has deployed out a monastery there. Has captured 1 relic, eyeing for a second. And 3rd are up here. 4th is down here. 5th is located right here. Red is eyeing for more monks. Got double monastery, wheelbarrow, and villagers on the build queue. Town patrol out in the field being researched as well. Blue, of course, has less villagers. The second town center for red or blue is about to go on up. And now we have fervor, which I believe is the movement speed research. He does have sanctity, because the base health is 30, as you can see over here. Conquistadors do 16 damage, so beforehand they were 2 shot, now it takes 3 shots. And fervor will be very useful. Burgundians don't. Let's see what monk technology they can get. They can't get heresy. They can't get theocracy. This is the group conversion. This is the suicide upon conversion. His opponent's not going for a lot of capping conversions. Does get a group conversion. Nope. And does sack that one as well. Gets himself a free Conquistador. Will be able to get himself another relic. He needs to get that relic there. And he really does need to get it. Blue will claim 3. He needs to make sure he claims 2. He probably is a bit concerned about vision range. Monks do have good vision range. He's using Conquistadors for spotting. He thinks it's now safe. He has a good number of monks here. Only one. He's using the one that's still on cooldown to pick up the relic. Very good. But this is all a little bit extra tension for there's no threat to him. So please know it that he doesn't know it. And blue probably has a good idea. He's just forfeiting this relic there. He's not going for it. We got 4 villager queues for red. The capping phase is over. Now here comes the assault phase. Guns down the Conquistador. Blue. Red does not have many military units in the field. In fact, only monks. Do you consider that a military unit? If you don't, then he has 0 military units. So this is going to pose a big threat there. Petards pushing forward. They do a lot of bonus damage versus walls and gates. And does take out that gate immediately with those 2 petards. Conquistadors have now created a breach there. He only has monks. Monks do outrange Conquistadors. He does not ghost these in time. We'll go for 1 conversion there. It was a big mass conversion. Oh no, there's actually 3 Conquistadors converted there. Converting more than there. These 2 are converting. I think they're group converting. I think group converting would have been a bit better.
What's up?
I do not have looming. We do now have research looming research for red, giving these farmers up to 40 health. Allow them to withstand 1 more Conquistador bullet. And we were on the way. He is trying to go for some mass monastery. Okay, got multiple monks inside these monasteries. I'm not sure if mass monk is a good counter to Conquistador. I think he needs to mix in some skirmishers. Skirmishers are able to outrange Conquistadors, able to get some damage on in. He has 5 monks being queued up. Let me know if this is a good or bad idea. It is incredibly expensive gold, and you have to be very careful with your gold expenditure. He does have fervor and sanctity. That's to convert other monks, is convert siege weapons. So I would say he want to get collected a stone to get out of a castle, but it's not really possible. That stone's preventable. Blue's doing a good job collecting up his stone. He's eyeing for a lot of castles of his own. These Conquistadors may want to push forward. He has 7 Conquistadors here. Blue's Conquistadors pushing forward. These Conquistadors have not advanced forward. He has more Conquistadors than his opponent. He has lost quite a bit. I don't know if that's been a great strategy or not. I wonder how many monks he still has left. He has 3 on the field at the moment. Blue's now eyeing for another castle. Red has 100 villagers, opponent has 84. Is he going for Flemish Revolution? Like the other stone, he needs a good defensive line of castles here to prevent those Conquistadors from making another breach. Let's see, castle here, here, and here will help him keep all of his walls safe and keep it secure with 3 castles. Each stone deposit is 350, so he has enough for at least 2. On this part of the map as well, he may want to put out a keep next to this gold deposit, a keep castle. And he does have this stone deposit out here, so maybe put a castle here and here, which will be a good job to help cover all of his walls, though they will draw a bit of outside fire. And they may want, both players need to start eyeing for the central gold and stone deposit. Red needs to play the longer game. Red does, of course, have access to the Burgundian vineyards, which is going to be important, provide some long-term gold. He does have a decent stockpile wood deposit in his base, which is good. His one doesn't really have that luxury, but does have, of course, a He's gonna have plenty of wood for the entire game, though. Wood is not a big issue on this map. We got a big wave of conquistadors advancing forward with a missionary. He's on a mission. We got 8 monks here. The lack of group conversion may pose a bit of a problem. He goes to the next age. He's going to Imperial Age now. We have a barracks being put on the front line. Very nice. Red's conquistadors are getting hit, gunned down by Blue's conquistadors. He can't rebuild them because he's not Spanish. How can I say Red's conquistadors of a straight face? Got mass monk conversion there. Does get the monk converted there. Very nice. And now got Imperial Age. He needs to go for block printing. He needs the extra range. And illumination wouldn't hurt. All the monk technology would be useful. Let's just leave it at that. But I do believe block printing is very critical at this moment in time. I do love how block printing is also color coded. Like, of all the things, technology that gets color coded, why is block gets color coded? Either way, it's a little bit fancy. I wouldn't just. I know, like, these elite tactics, like parking tactics, things that sword does get color coded as well. But block printing, no other religious technology gets color coded. Blue's not eyeing to collect this forward stone. That is enough stone for 1 keep and a little bit more. I'm going to disable the OBS preview. That should help out with some resources, so the frame rate maintains being a little bit smoother. We now have a castle being pulled out in the center by the Spanish. We got 2 elite Cordelier being researched and going for Cordeliers. You could take it. It does have 2 castles out in the field, but for a large number of archer ranges. For archer ranges, you can't get hand cannoneers, can't get arbalists, can't get final level archer armor. Maybe just for elite skirmishers, mass elite skirmisher. And you can't get heavy cap either. Nor thumb ring. I think it's just going to be for... He does have ballistics, does have chemistry, so it's probably going to go for mass skirmisher, I'm guessing. He's going for some skirmishers. And he's collecting the wood line outside and leaving the safe deposit back here. No, he's still collecting up as well. We got now Hussar upgrade for Blue, which are, of course, a counter the monks. We do have these trebuchets advancing forward trying to hit this castle. I wonder if he's gone for the Burgundian vineyards. Both players in Imperial Age. Hussar does go down. And the Cordeliers now push way forward. They do have that big alpha strike damage. Does delete some of those walls there to fast movement there. Cordeliers advance forward, engage with Hussars. Conquistadors getting some quick damage on in. We've got a good number of skirmishers engaging as well. The converted conquistadors are doing some good work as well. Starting to push forward with his conquistadors there. Red's keep does go down, and these barracks will be going down as well. Monks getting some good conversions there. Overall, Red, I think it's just trying to go for more elite skirmisher, which are a good item at this moment in time. Elite cooliers push way forward. Elite conquistadors are starting to slowly pick up rig apart. We've got now squires from research. It does have the barracks for the various foot research. More hussars being put on the field. A couple spearmen wouldn't hurt to help engage this force. He can go up the halberdier. He does have pikemen research. Halberdier and pikemen are now being deployed on out. Blue trebuchets pushing forward against hits on the castle. More elite Cordelier being deployed on the field. Going for blast furnace research as well. The elite conquistadors are slowly being required. The single monk has been doing a good job. Does get a conversion there onto this elite Cordelier. And this single missionary is just finding some decent health regen. We do not have a forward castle being pulled out by Blue. This counselor does go down, getting more halberdiers being thrown on in. Got a lot of idle villagers for Red, however. We do have this castle now being repaired on up.
What's up?
Of course, then he's lacking a little bit of melee there to actually engage these trebuchets. He's repairing up that castle there. Do red head going for bombards. He may want to get out something as well to hit this castle. Bombards more effective versus siege weapons, but still does decently well versus the structures. We do not have the, is that the Merchant Guild's research? It's the market research there for better trade. Since in this map you will have to probably sell off a lot of resources there to get some gold. His gold deposits are now pretty much dried up, haven't they? They've completely dried up, not rely on any field resources. And blue, and this is his field resource right there. Blue's doing a good job denying it and even trying to steal some. Got the bombard now engaging.
See.
Halberdiers pushing way forward. Conquistadors have been put in mass. Got Azores here to provide some spacing for them. The skirmisher halberdiers still be good composition for red. Red's supplying out some more units. I think this gold generation is a bit more than just from relics, so that's probably from vineyards, which would be enough, probably only enough to fuel his siege war machine. Not necessarily to pull out any gold infantry units or any sort of melee units. Any gold non-siege weapons. Let's leave it at that. Got Cavalier now put up by blue. He's eyeing for his own Imperial tech, which is the Supremacy. He's the Supremacy. Cavalier's pushing way forward as well. Gains some good damage on the Conquistadors, as well as siege weapons. We got Red's trebuchets now engaging Blue's castle. Blue's castle does go down here as well. Balmore's now hitting those siege workshops. Both players have lost all their castles, or in this one back here and this one back here. Cavalier's getting some good damage there. Got some hits there onto these trebuchets from these various trebuchets. And some of Red's trebuchets are being counter-barraged. More of these elite skirmishers and halberdiers making their way forward to get some good damage on in. He has been deploying a handful of missionaries. Unusual I didn't see, but I'd like to see them. It's actually probably the first time I've ever seen them in a replay. We got a bit of gold deposits here. We got these halberdiers now able to overrun these trebuchets now. Red's going for this castle here, trying to secure up this gold deposit. Very nice. And that trebuchet does go down. Blue has a good amount of infrastructure on the field. Maybe some battery rams will be useful to help clear them out. Red's now eyeing for some more barracks, stables, and other assets. Let's see. Can he go up with the Hussars? He can't go up the Hussars. Does not even have light cavalry research. Nor he can't get bloodlines. But he has husbandry researched. We got big lines of halberdiers now being pulled on the field. Going for light cavalry now. With distances increasing, going for light cavalry will help him close distances. And we got, oh, now he's going for Burgundian vineyards, so this gold generation is from those relics. I am mistaken. That's actually a bit late for that. Let's see how, we get an idea how this gold is generating. And when it gets this research, let's see how fast it researches. He's also going for hoardings, increase the health of castles. I say that's basically triples or quadruples in comparison to the amount of gold generations gained from relics, so he does have some good gold generation. He only has 3 relics, so he will have more passive gold generation. He needs to eye more active. He is pulling some villagers onto his gold deposit here. Recognize bonus infrastructure. He actually could have taken out sappers helping engage these buildings for those villagers. Blue has a good line of skirmishers here. And halberdiers are now taking out some of these hussars. Farm pushes his way forward, trying to get some good engagements. More hussars being put on the field. Got a good number of conquistadors here, trying to overrun those bombards. Does take out one bombard. Does not take, does take out those bombards. got now the Hussar, or the Conquistadors falling back. Hussars are being streamed on in. Got more forces of everything. And it looks like Red is starting to really pull ahead. He's been maintaining pop cap. You see the blinking yellow there means he has production. He's consuming that population cap. Blue's, however, having trouble maxing. He does have a bit of resource to work with, Blue, or Red does have a good amount of reserve of resources as well. All come down, who can throw more trash spawning? Burgundians, of course, lack the final leather armor, does have all the melee research, so it has maxed out halberdiers. Could use arsons, however, does not have that research. Blue over here can get all archer armor, all horse armor, and all the melee armor. So you can get fully teched out trash. And Blurred doesn't have bloodline as well, so his Hussars will be weaker. His skirmishers will be weaker, and his Hussars will be weaker. So Burgundians have less access to trash. However, they do have a better gold generation as well, so they have access to more non-trash in the late game. He's doing a good job of playing the rest of this gold. His opponent already took a big chunk out of it, and he will eat the rest. I think his opponent ate about half of it, and he will claim the other half. It was a small gold deposit. There was still only 3 bits there. So all those villagers are under fire. More Javiers being put on the field. Blue's now maxing out. How's Red maxing out? He's having trouble remaxing, deploying a big wave of halberdiers now. His Conquistadors still pose a massive threat, so going for more skirmishers for as Red would be a good deal for his Conquistadors. He still has been maintaining a good number of missionaries here to top up the health of everything. I like that. Yield medics like this is actually very valuable. Though they're starting to get gunned down. And apparently bombards are still very good versus Conquistadors. Getting a good volleys there into those Conquistadors. I do hear some conversions there. Very nice. Lazarus now pushing forward, so he gets some damage there onto these halberdiers that are reinforcing. Right now it's been a bit of a tug of war. Red's having trouble remaxing. He's plenty of resources. May just need more. No, he has a lot of infrastructure, untapped infrastructure. He's not just failing to build skirmishers, in my opinion. So the halberdiers are doing good work, nevertheless. How's Blue doing? He's taking time to build more Conquistadors. They are a good unit. Here's something Red could eye. He could deploy out a large number of extra town centers. Town centers cost about 100 stone. And then he could go for Flemish Revolution to push forward with the Flemish militia. And then you take the time with all the additional villagers to redeploy all the villagers. Doesn't have a good enough reserve of resources for that, however. Why want to do that when we have a good reserve of resources? Primarily food. Right now, Red's actually having trouble with food. He has good reserve. Both players have similar gold count. In fact, it was actually the same for quite... Yeah, it is the same. Somehow the gold values are just like 1 or 2 septims different. Which tells you actually interesting. It makes it so that the Burgundian vineyards are keeping pace with the extra relic. So it's not great. It's equivalent. The amount of villages he has on farms is equivalent to a single relic. Is that that's decent. So their trash, their gold longevity is actually very, very similar. Red is still cleaning up from this gold deposit here. There's still a tiny bit of gold there, 450, which is a sizable amount. It's a usable amount, not sizable. Conquistadors are now running back into the corner there, trying to stutter step away. You, of course, have Hussars versus Hussars. The Spanish Hussars are inherently better. At 95 health versus 75 health. And yep, they can't get all horse armor. He does have all economic techs up there. What type of economic techs can Spanish get? They actually do lack the final food research, which means their foods will need to be reseeded more often. They also do lack the final gold, but at this point in time, that's not important. You got this castle entirely garrisoned with Conquistadors. They're getting some good health regen. Does he have? He has herbal medicine. Look at that health regen. this is actually really good health regen there. He's doing a good job with keeping his conquistadors alive, and he actually used herbal medicine quite successfully. I love it. Do those bombards get converted by missionaries?
Monday?
They have +4 range, so he has block printing and the Inquisition. I know he has supremacy as well, so he has +1 conversion range. So his monks have what, 13 conversion range? And these missionaries have 11, which are very, very usable. Ooh, these conquistadors are wounded. Go to the castle again. He's losing some of these conquistadors there. He's trying to go down here, so it gets the extra arrows firing as well. He's having a bit of trouble of keeping stuff in reserve in his population queue. He has a good amount of resources. He may want to keep a couple hundred skirmishers and pikemen in reserve. He can go for pikemen. He does actually have 2 Inner swordsmen being put on field. They are pretty cheap in gold, so that is very good. And also that will be very useful versus skirmishers and versus halberdiers. Though at this point in time, hand cannoneers may be better. Remember, conquistadors, while elite conquistadors provide some good damage, hand cannoneers provide bonus versus infantry, so they do hit harder versus these halberdiers, and they do receive the plus 80% fire, faster fire. Takes out these trebuchets there. Blue has broken the front line of red. Red is now playing some hand cannoneers himself. Very nice. He has no gunpowder. He has to get plus 25% attack. So you see these hand cannoneers do have 21 damage. So they can hit the conquistadors even harder. They have 90. The conquistadors have 90 health. We got champions still put out by the Spanish now. While hand cannoneers only have 40 health, so they will lose a one-on-one fight versus the Spanish. The faster attack speed, but they still be very useful for these versus everything else. We got now the hussars now pushing forward, trying to hit these conquistadors. Got the Spanish villagers coming in, hopefully as sappers. I can't see sappers, can I? Boardings. Yeah, I don't see anywhere I can look up sappers. But hopefully a sappers research there, so these villagers get extra damage versus buildings. So we got supremacy actually being used. These villagers have 80 health, so as a trash unit, they're actually pretty good. They just lack an attack move to make them actually really usable. But with sappers, they can do some good work versus structures. We got more champions, hussars, halberdiers being put up by the Spanish. Yeah, so it's one castle couple on the field does have, of course, a couple missionaries in there as well. Also, I was moving forward, trying to get some good damage on in. The halberdiers now trying to pursue. I don't know why this replay just has a little bit of weird lag spikes. My frame rate is still above 60. Maybe may want to do a V-Sync law. Enable V-Sync to help that out. I was always pushing me down south trying to engage these forces. Okay, we got these halberdiers engaging as well. Right now, Blue's having trouble remaxing. See, he's at 63. He's actually don't have a whole lot of villagers out in the field. He's getting hit by these hussars. Halberdiers trying to respond to them. He has 4 villager queues at the moment. Red right now is doing a good job of maxing out. Has a large number of halberdiers and going for some battering rams and some and has a capture ram research going up. There's a humble push into these structures. He can go up to... cannot go up to siege ram. We got more infrastructure being pulled up by red over here. Very nice. So we rain the mix of everything. This force is getting healed up by these missionaries. Right now the gold reserve is very much in favor of red. He's just been steaming out trash. We're pushing forward. We've got now the conquistadors and halberdiers pushing way forward as well. Red's Habitators pushing right forward. Got the Conquistadors in the mix as well. I do not know why everything's so stuttery. This replay must be a little bit bugged out. Conquistadors firing away. Got Halberdiers engaging Halberdiers. We slow it down right there. Yep. It's a bug in the replay. But that may have fixed it a little bit there. Conquistadors are soaking some good damage there. Missionaries doing a good job of healing them up. These forces are heading down south. Have these forces push way forward. Conquistadors have pretty good firing line. Red has a massive build queue going on up. Blue doesn't have a massive reserve queue up and maintain production. He's spending up most of the food. He needs a bit more food. Has an excellent amount of wood, so may want to perhaps grab maybe 10 villages off of wood and build a farm. 8 seems like a good number for that. Halberdiers from up his way forward. Got some more of these explosive forces being streamed in for red. Right now, red is actually having a bit of trouble with its own wood collection. You may want to get some more villagers onto wood, but he has a good amount of food and gold. He could potentially eye for some gold units now. Some Mangonels doesn't seem half bad. He can't go to the Onager. Can't get Siege Engineer, however. Engineers wouldn't be half bad. Batterings, we've got a massive wave of batterings on pushing forward. This is where most of his wood has been going. Batterings now going cleaving through the southern infrastructure. These forces are now trying to engage these batter rams. There's a good amount of escort of Halberdiers, so the Hussars won't be able to really go in all too well. Hussars, Blues now responding to these batter rams. There's a massive threat to all of the infrastructure in this region. Hussars now trying to overrun these skirmishers. We'll find some of these champions as well. Fix the replay again. Battery ram's getting some good damage there. Now streaming over to the right. This force up here, the starting slowly going down. This force not going down there. Battery ram's not being forced on back. Red's right now trying to pull out some more infantry, hussars, skirmishers, more trash. Owen's pulling out some more conquistadors. His build queue is not being properly queued up. He has a lot of food, a lot of wood. He has nothing being built at the moment. This is a big mistake. This will give Red more time to get out a larger army. There we go. Got massive force of everything. Almost like a hotkey with that stuff. You may want to get out more queue. Just queue up more stuff. Champions being picked off one at a time. Do not have the watchtower or guard tower, whatever that tower research there. He's actually is eyeing for tower research. He does, of course, have hoardings. He does have architecture and masonry. Conquistadors are still getting some good damage on in. Red's queue is starting to be depleted. He does have a decent amount of wood and gold and food. He does have a bit of gold there. How much does it cost for a wonder? He could try eyeing for a wonder himself. He does have plenty of gold for it. Halberdiers are starting to engage each other. We've got more hussars pushing forward. Conquistadors still doing some good damage there. Over more hussars. Blue is currently eyeing for a bit of everything as trash. Right now the villager count is more in favor towards red over blue. So blue can pull out a larger army. And it's been maintaining good engagement there. Red's sort of streaming them one at a time. I hear some batter ram hits somewhere. Those are Batterings now trying to cleave through this area here, trying to get rid of this infrastructure. Very good. Red's now eyeing for the castle. There's no resources there to secure. And Red's wood deposit back there is starting to be cleared out. Castle has now been completed. I wonder if he has access to murder holes. Does not have access to murder holes. Does have masonry and architecture, as well as hoardings. So this castle has 7,028 health. And Red's battery rams will go down to those hussars. Conquistadors now overrunning these trebuchets, picking them off. Blue right now has a mass reserve of food and wood. He's been doing a good job of maintaining his wood line there. There may be a breach over here. Hussars getting some damage there. More Hussars being pulled on the field. Got some trebuchet hits there onto Red's castle. He's trying to pull out trebuchets himself. Does have some of these Hussars there. May try to overrun these trebuchets, but there's a good number of conquistadors here to gun down everything that gets close. Does have a couple missionaries here for healing as well. Just the one. And Red's trebuchet does go down there. I just heard that sound. And now we've got keeps and bombard towers being researched. Okay. Is Red just trying to go for? He's trying to go for those research there for the extra gold. No. This stuff does cost gold technology, right? Right now, Red is just being a bit slow, not really pushing forward. It's a little bit quiet on the map right now. But he is now going for bombard research. He's getting out his own capped ram. No, that's a full siege ram. Let's get some of these conquistadors inside the trebuchet there. Not trebuchet, castle there to get some good health going. We got these halberdiers paying some more, trying to get some good damage on these hussars. Skirmishers getting some damage there as well. Red's now advancing down south with halberdiers and capped rams. More champions now being pulled up by blue as well. His forces will get some good infrastructure damage on blue. Both sides are now stocking on a large number of resources. Red is pretty low on wood and food. Blue, however, has a massive reserve of food and wood. And a small reserve of gold. Red has plenty of gold at the moment. When the Caprans do go down, do have the conquistadors trying to gauge these halberdiers. Got the skirmishers now being overran. And now Blue's eyeing for a big wave of champions trying to engage these trash units there. Let's get surrounded here. We're going to see a bit of fire there. Conquistadors are firing, however, unobstructed. Now got these champions now engaging these capped rams. More champions pushing way forward, able to get some good damage going. This, of course, will be most of the Spanish gold. Yes, of course, have access to bombard towers. Will we actually see a bombard tower? Always just trying to go for that for the gold per technology research. Honestly, I thought a lot of these technologies do cost gold, but I may be mistaken about that. I honestly don't know on top of my head. Stone is just as valuable a resource now as well, and knowing that some of that stuff costs stone. Conquistadors firing away. Engaging at close range, ripping them apart. Over here, do now have the. Looks like the. Was that a trebuchet? Looks like it went down there. Capped ram. Seen a bit of fire there from the skirmishers. Luzar has a pretty good amount of army on the field. He does have less villagers, which means he's able to pull out 20 more military in his field, and he has a plain reserve of everything, just barring the gold. Abejorro will overrun that battering ram there. I wonder if Red has murder holes. He does have murder holes there. Got a bit of infrastructure damage over here. Hopefully he has arsons. He does have arsons. Right now, Red has gotten basically all the technologies he will need for the rest of the game. Abejorro's will are breaking through those infrastructure there, getting some damage onto them. Red's infrastructure slowly going down. Luz is receiving quite a bit of damage there from these halberdiers. Red is going for more hussars now and more skirmishers. Blue's going for a mix of everything, including some siege rams now, as well as some trebuchets. Engineers firing away, or conquistadors. They've been maintaining good fire the entire game. His opponent has 19,000 gold and he needs to spend it. His free gold he's getting is worthless. He doesn't actually use any of it. Red's eyeing for just more hussars at the moment, which will be geared towards the skirmishers, as well as hope to help close the gap onto those conquistadors. Right, got the trebuchet there, and he will not get the trebuchet there. The hand cannoneer is getting some way too much damage there. And right now, Red is running very low on food. These skirmishers or hussars trying to engage these various units in the back line. There's a good number of champions there as well as halberdiers. Hussars trying to deal with those skirmishers. They are largely unsuccessful. They're slowly just streaming one at a time. The hand cannoneers are just getting way too many kills. Let's see if there's any more tabs here that could be useful. Overall, Red's military score is much higher than, well, Blue's military score is much higher than Red. And look at that kill to death ratio. Blue has nearly a 2-to-1 kill to death ratio. It's 1.7 to 1. Cap rams or siege rams now breaking on through. Red is reinforcing his walls over here, double layering them. Does have fortified walls now. Bringing some of this infrastructure over here. Red is going for more infrastructure. We got the villagers trying to deal with this hussar. Workshop going up. Red skirmishers trying to get some good damage on these conquistadors, and they are succeeding. Blue skirmishers getting some good damage on the red skirmishers and halberdiers. Trebuchets now pushing forward, getting some damage there onto the monastery. Does de-garrison the relics. And And now do have the Cavalier reason for red as well. He may be eyeing for some Cavaliers, maybe finally ready to spend that gold. Going for a big wave of villagers. He's lost a good number of villagers. He does not appear to have any more castles remaining, so he can no longer pull out any of the, what's it called? Can't get Flemish Revolution to really charge out and try to break the siege. He does, of course, have a bunch of monks in the back line. If he gets a monk out, he'll be able to pick up those relics and put them in. He's having trouble breaking through the front, or breaking out. Red's not going for a pair of monks here to pick up those relics. Veterans push way forward. He has a good number of skirmishers here. Just needs a little bit more. Now Red is going for the Paladin research. Got a big wave of Cavaliers not being put on the field. He's going to finally spend that gold. He knows that if he doesn't spend this gold, he will lose. Hopefully these Cavaliers are set to garrison. Nope, they're not. Cavaliers not being pushed out on the field. If he were to wait and get a nice big massive wave to flank his opponent, that would be great. Right now these Cavaliers are seeing a lot of additional damage, and looks like Red does back the game now. Him not spending that gold is probably what did him in. This is Anna Great saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay.